Visuals are on our screens and we can see that aircraft actually crashing into the ground when it was performing that aerial show over there for the spectators. But Pia, when we understand, when we are talking about this being only the second accident, we do not have any confirmation on the state if the pilot actually ejected.
Yes, indeed, as you rightly pointed out, we are yet to await an official statement from the Indian Air Force at this point as far as this particular crash is concerned. The Air Force has acknowledged that this crash has taken place at around 2:10 local time in Dubai. You can clearly see this video. You can see multiple angles we're showcasing of this one particular video. It's gone down, up in flames, and the thick black smoke can be seen billowing into the sky there. Of course, here it takes a sharp downward turn. It was trying to maneuver up, but there was some issue, and clearly it crashed, shocking onlookers who suddenly got up and, of course, creating a lot of panic in the crowd. But as of now, we don't know the fate of the pilot. There's been no ejection that can be seen in this particular video on your screens. I'd like to talk about the ejection seat as well. You know, it's a key feature of this jet, the Martin Baker 00 ejection seat. It is designed to allow pilots to eject safely even at zero altitude and zero speed, such as during takeoff, landing, or low-level maneuvers such as what we've witnessed. The system uses an explosive charge to blow off the canopy, thrust the pilot clear of the aircraft, and deploy parachutes in order to stabilize descent. But of course, the window of the timing where the maneuver was being made, the sudden downturn was being made, and the crash has taken place was just a matter of a couple of seconds, as you can clearly see in those visuals on your screen. Here I'll count it. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds. There you have it. In 5 seconds, the plane went from carrying out a low-level maneuver to crashing on your screens right over there and then going up in flames. Here, of course, I've tried to give it a brief background of the plane itself, of the ejection seat itself. We can't see any visuals of the pilot ejecting, so the fate of the pilot is not known at the moment. The Air Force has not given any current confirmation about that. We are still awaiting a formal statement by the Indian Air Force.
Absolutely, Pia. Please do stay on with us. In fact, let me just introduce to our viewers where this actually is taking place. This is in Dubai, and we have the Indian delegation actually taking part in the Dubai Air Show 2025. This has been taking place, and this is an extensive spectrum of defense and aerospace capabilities. A lot of other countries are also participating in the same event. This is where the actual Tejas aircraft was participating in. It was performing those aerial maneuvers for the spectators, and that's when the crash actually occurred. Also joining us on the broadcast is Major General G.G. Dwivedi. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Appreciate your time. A very horrific news coming in, sir, from Dubai. We are seeing this Tejas aircraft actually trying to perform a low-level maneuver and then crashing.
Well, Shivani, it's a very, very unfortunate news, and we are really concerned as to if the pilot is safe or what is the state of the pilot. But, as you rightly said, that Tejas was participating in Dubai Air Show, which is one of the biggest air shows, and this is not the first time. Tejas have been participating in various air shows, and it is, quite a reliable aircraft. Indian Air Force has 2 Squadron Tejas, and we are manufacturing the aircraft. And Tejas Mark 1 is the next line of aircraft. So the point is that it was performing low maneuver, and as I could make out from the visual, that there was very little time actually for the pilot to correct any error, or was it mechanical error, or was it a pilot's mistake, pilot's error. It's very difficult to at this stage figure out. But nonetheless, the fighter aircraft like Tejas, they have the capability for the pilot to even bail out or eject out even at the very low flying maneuvers. So it's very unfortunate and very difficult at this time to figure out. what exactly was the cause of the crash. But nonetheless, it's a setback for India and also for our air industry. And I'm sure the issue will be resolved once the investigation takes place. But right at the moment, I think the most serious concern is about the safety of the pilot. Shivani.
Right, absolutely, Major General. I would request you to please do stay on with us. In fact, joining us also on the broadcast is Wing Commander S. Sudhakaran. Thank you, sir, former Air Force officer. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Horrific news coming in from Dubai, sir. We are looking at the visuals over there. What's those horrific visuals that are coming in from Dubai?
Yeah, absolutely. My heart goes out to the family of the pilot because I don't think he has ejected. And surviving that kind of a crash is, you know, it's just next to impossible. Having said that, it looks like it's had a mostly looks like an engine failure of sorts because it suddenly dipped down and then it has just crashed. The pilot has not ejected. Ideally, if there was a crash, engine failure, the pilot should have ejected, but the pilot has not ejected, probably because the cockpit was facing the ground or something like that. I'm not sure about it, but then the first images that we see appears to be like that, and probably by the time he could stabilize the platform, it was too late. I really don't have. I'm lost out for words.
So could you help us understand how dangerous these low-level maneuvers were? And Tejas being a a high-tech plane developed indigenously by HAL, how difficult, how dangerous these low-level maneuvers were, which the Tejas currently was performing at the Dubai Air Show, sir?
See, definitely when you undertake a high G, low level maneuver, the pilot is under a lot of G force. So they sometimes even blank out. But then these are very experienced pilots. They know they've been doing this for years together in multiple aircrafts. They are well trained to take these kind of tasks, and and these are muscle memories that get at work, and therefore they are well equipped to handle these kind of things. The platform also has not shown any kind of problems. There has been just about one odd case which has happened before. So it's been a relatively very stable platform. But then see, all said and done, the best of best aircrafts also crashes. An F-35 crashes. If you think that that is the most advanced platform in the world today. So that's how the nature of aviation is. That we can all talk about it when accidents like this happen. But
Absolutely,
that's
sir.
how it is.
Right. And we can see that the plane is actually nose diving. So there obviously we are not here to speculate, but like you said, this can seem like some sort of an engine failure that might have happened during the entire air show. But like we have been stating, sir, this is only the second crash, second major crash that has been reported. Tejas has proven itself to be a very safe, aircraft.
Absolutely. For me, what comes as if I have to stick my neck out, it potentially looks like an engine failure because Tejas, mind you, has a single GE engine on board, so it doesn't have a dual engine. And even if it was an engine failure, they are also trained to land safely. But since the pilot was executing some kind of a maneuver, I don't know if that contributed together with the loss of thrust, and then it just fell like a stone. It just looked like it just didn't have the thrust to pick up. So I don't know whether if it was the what do we say, the airframe which had some kind of a problem, or in most likelihood it looks like it's a case of an engine failure.
Absolutely, sir. And when we look at the Tejas, it's an indigenously made, it's produced by the HAL, and we are seeing that you have in fact mentioned that it's a single engine run by the GE engine that we are importing over there from the US.
Yeah, it is a GE F414 INS6 turbofan engine with a 98 kilonewton thrust, approximately round about that. And so far we've not had these kind of problems. Would have, if it was a problem of the platform, they would have identified it during the test phase itself. It's already operational with the Indian Air Force, and Indian Air Force is flying it day in, day out. And therefore, I don't see it as a problem of the platform per se. Yeah, I would look at it from two angles. One is an angle of sabotage, potential sabotage, just to put India down. That's an angle that we need to look at it. But then the other, if I discount that, the conspiracy theories and things like that, then it looks like a case of an engine failure.
Right. I'd request you to, sir, please stay on with us. I'd like to introduce some breaking inputs coming on in this story. The event, the Dubai Air Show, has seen major announcements